Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we're gonna continue our showcase of the OP08 leaders, and today is gonna be Pudding's turn. So this is a yellow-purple leader that is a Big Mom Pirates, and it's like a mix of ramping up to try to get to your 10 down turns to just drop bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, right? So that's the whole game plan with this deck. This whole game plan is that you use the purple side of the deck in a way to ramp up, and obviously the leader ability helping you ramp up, so that then you can go for these big 10 drops. And the idea is that you're able to kind of play your 10 cost Big Mom on turn 4, right? The earliest, and you're able to play him on turn 4 before your opponent is even at 8 down, making it really hard for the opponent to be able to react to this. So they end up kind of losing a lot of tempo because you end up ramping up to 10, dropping Big Mom on turn 4, opponent goes to 8 down, and most decks won't have a way to answer unless you're going against black, and they have to have, even when you go against black, they have to have exactly like Ice Age, plus like Jack, plus like Brook on the field and Lucian in the field, or double Ice Age to be able to actually deal with this big mom when you drop her on turn 4. Because usually, if they just play Gecko, they won't have enough stuff to actually kill her. So that's the idea, that you just ramp up and you're able to just drop Big Mom after Big Mom. It makes it so that the deck is very, I guess, that's a very strict formula for this deck. It's very easy to play as long as you know what you have to do. Most of the times, there's not really a lot of decision making with this deck, in my opinion, and that's also kind of what makes Pudding a little bit weak. If you look at like the rank stats from the sim, she's not doing very hot, and because again it's very straightforward what her game plan is, and if you don't get your big moms when you need them and you don't get the stuff that you need when you need them, it can be kind of tough, right? So what do I mean about how you can ramp up really quickly? So this leader, when you attack with her, you can turn the top 2 cards of your life face up, and you can add up to 1 down from your deck as rested. So again, this is like a free ramp. Then after that, you have some cards in this deck that allow you to either flip your life back down so that you can use her ability again, or just straight up just ramp, as we see here with Missile Sunday, right? So the idea here is that usually you want to go first. You want to go first with Pudding, right? Because when you go first with Pudding, on your second turn, you get to attack when you're 3 down turn. You attack, you go to 4 down, right? You go to 4 down, your top 2 cards in your life are flipped up. If you have Viola, you can just play Viola and flip them back down again. So that on your next turn, you go to 6 down, you attack with Pudding again, going to 7, and if you have Missile Sunday or Katakuri, you can ramp up to 8, which means that on turn 4, you're going to be on 10. If you don't have Viola on turn 2, when you attack with your Pudding for the first turn, what you can do is that you can just attack with Pudding, right? Flip your 2 lives upside up, and if the opponent attacks into you, you take that first life, and again, on the next turn, you're still going up to 6, so you can play your 6 cast Katakuri, flip that other life that's still face up, face down, and then you get to attack with Pudding again, to again go back up to 8. So kind of the same situation. So going first is always better because you're able to kind of ramp up 3 times, twice with your leader and potentially 1 with Miss All Sunday or Katakuri, allowing you to be able to kind of get to that 10 down turn on turn 4, which is again super crazy. If your opponent forces you to go second instead, then obviously we're just looking to ramp up twice. We're just looking to ramp up twice and still be able to play that Big Mom on turn 4. But this time around, the opponent's going to have 9 down when you play your Big Mom, right? So you kind of do the same thing. You go second, you attack on your second turn, right? When you have 4 down, going up to 5 down. And then you can either play Viola, or if you have a Katakuri or a Missile Sunday in your hand, you probably don't have to. But honestly, there's not a lot more that you can do on that 4 down turn. And then in your next turn, you either play Katakuri or you play Missile Sunday. Either one will get you again to that 8 dawn, which then lets you set up for your 10 dawn. All right, so that's the general strategy. And as long as you follow that formula, that's all you need to do for the first 3 turns. Just ramp up to 10. And then once you get to 10, it's all about Big Mom after Big Mom after Big Mom, right? If you have multiple of them, or you can play Ace, right? When you get low enough on life, or you can play your 9 cost Big Mom, which is actually really cool because this card not only gets you alive, but lets you put one of the opponent's characters in their life. Now, notice that this is up to. So you don't have to put a card on their life. You can just gain a life and just let their cards on the field. But if you're getting very pressured, this is a good tempo card to make it so the opponent has one less attack. And that's really the idea here. Again, first 3 turns, you're just ramping the way that I explained it. Preferably, if you go first, makes it really nice. Or afterwards, and after you get to that ramp turn, you actually get to play your big monsters. In the meantime, throughout the game, obviously you're playing like, you're playing your searchers. Your searchers, you have 8 searchers in the deck, allowing you to be able to look for that 10 cost big bomb or other of your big bomb pirates, 2k counters, etc. We play 4 of these events, right? Because we do have a lot of non-counter cards. So yeah, so I mean, I talked about strategy. Let's quickly talk about what this deck can do well, right? So I think it's really vulnerable to like aggressive decks, stuff like Zoro, because you have a lot of non-counter cards, and your game plan is a little bit slower. So it's a little bit weaker against those really fast decks, but it does really well against slower decks. So it does really well against like Body, for example. It can do really well against like Katakuri, like Yellow Katakuri. This is a much better version of Katakuri, at least in that matchup, right? Katakuri has this advantage in other matchups specifically. So you can do well against Nami because you just play like 10 cost big moms. You don't have to attack into their leader, except for when you need to ramp up once. So it's like better against lower decks and kind of weaker against like, I guess, aggressive decks. So that's kind of what you gotta keep in mind. So let's quickly finish by finishing up this deck breakdown. Let's just quickly talk about the actual cards in the deck, right? So again, Missile Sunday. The reason for Missile Sunday is for you to be able to ramp up. So again, we talked about this. When you ramp up on your first attack, whether you're going first or second, that means on your turn 3, you're either gonna be at you're gonna be a 6 or 7 done. If for some reason you don't have Katakuri, then Missile Sunday lets you get that extra done if you're not able to get it with your pudding, right? So that's why Missile Sundays here lets us draw as well as ramp, which ends up being really nice. And she can be trashed later on in the game by your Linlin or by your other one who should disappear if you needed to. And sometimes she can actually be pretty nice as a trigger when you get her Lin into the game. Katakuri is really special because again, it's really what allows us to high roll when we go on turn 1, allowing us to ramp up, be that 3rd ramp card if we need it, while also flipping that top card on my life back face down to potentially allow my pudding to attack again. 9 cost Linlin, again, super special, one of our bombs. We can play her very quickly, right, very early in the game because of the ramping that we have. If for some reason we end up not being able to, if we go first and we're not able to actually ramp 3 times, you at least will end up on 9 dawn, allowing you to actually play this card if you were not able to actually get to that 10 dawn on turn 4. So you can still play this on turn 4 for 9 and be able to get rid of the opponent's unit while also getting a life. Viola is just there to synergize, flipping my life back upside down. And don't be afraid to block with her early if you need to, right? A lot of times I actually like stacking up a lot of life, so I don't mind blocking with her early to kind of set up to set it up so that when I do drop my 10 mums, I have like still 2 or 3 life and I don't have to worry about opponent potentially swinging back into it. So again, she's just there to flip your life back upside down. Flampe is just a searchable 2k. And she can also be used in certain situations, right? Like maybe you're like a 7 dawn, an opponent didn't attack into your life, so you have 2 lives flipped up. You can always go Flampe to take one of those lives, and then go Katakuri to flip that other life upside down and be able to ramp back up to 8, right? So there's certain edge cases where you can actually play her, but again, the most thing is that she's a searchable 2k counter with your 2 searches. And we have pudding that we can use to search. Mostly you're going to be targeting your 10 cost big mom, but there are times that I also want to look for Katakuri if I'm trying to again be able to get that ramp that I need on my 6 dawn turn. 10 cost big mom, not much else I can be spoken about her. So she's there as a big bomb. She's the whole reason why this deck worked. We're going to be ramping up to her and just dropping her on turn 4, dropping her on turn 5, and just putting so much pressure into the opponent, as you're going to see on some of the games today. Bege, just a really good 2k counter and also like a good trigger. Same thing with Franky, 2k counter and a good trigger as well. A lot of times I'm not using this Franky, to be honest. I think it's actually probably better. Honestly, like now that I think about it, you're going to see me using Franky in the next 3 videos, because again, we always do 3 videos with new leaders. But I do think there was a lot of times that I was whiffing my searches, and I think we don't need to have 4 Franky. So instead of 4 Franky, you might be able to replace some of that with Amanda, for example, which is a 2K counter that you can at least search with your search card. So like you can do Amanda instead of Franky if you find yourself missing, whiffing with your searches too often. Ace is an alternate big bomb compared to an alternate big bomb compared to Big Mom, right? Obviously, you want to play him when you're down to like 1 life so that you're able to heal and still be able to get the rush out of him. But also, don't be afraid to just play him, even if you have like 4 lives, right? Just having that big body in the field can sometimes be big enough. You can still heal with him, even if you're not getting the rally. We are playing 2 of the Newgates here. Just another way to potentially be able to ramp up if necessary, because what this lets me do is that if for some reason, again, I don't have the Katakuri or I don't have the Viola, I'm able to just use the Newgate instead on my sit-stun turn to flip all my life. It doesn't flip them upside down, but it lets me rearrange to move that life to the bottom so that my 2 top lives are obviously not known by the opponent, and we can attack with pudding and be able to ramp up again. So that's the only reason he's here, and it's also a 7k body, so it has to be pretty nice, right? And then finally, again, we have another searcher here just with pudding, so that this can be a trigger, and we have the Jordan when she disappear because we are playing 4, 8, 12, 16, and technically 4 more here, 20 non-counter cards. So this will let me be able to use up those non-counter cards as necessary. And if you high roll and have this at the bottom of your life, it can be crazy. Or if you see it on the top of your life, you can always play that Newgate, move it to the bottom so that you actually end up being pretty safe. So that's kind of, again, the breakdown here. And I went pretty fast through that because we kind of talked about the strategy of how to play this deck already in the beginning. Just trying to kind of switch it up on how I do this deck breakdown. So very formulatic of how this deck is going to play. Very straightforward, and that makes it weak but also makes it easy for anybody to pick up if you're looking for like an easy deck to pick up. Just go first, try to ramp 3 times, or go second, try to ramp 2 times, and just go big bomb after big bomb after big bomb. So anyways, I think for today's video we're gonna have 5 games. We're gonna have 1 game against ST14 Black Luffy, we have 1 game against a Perona player, 2 games against Zoro, and I think I forgot what the last game is against, right? I think it's a mirror. The last game is a mirror. So hope you enjoyed the 5 games coming up today. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. And like I mentioned, we're going to have 3 videos we're putting over the next 3 days. So make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with that. So anyways, enjoy the games. In this match, we're going against Black Luffy. I'm going to go first. I'm just going to try to high roll. And we get the high roll that we're looking for, right? We get the ramp that we need. So this will let me get to 10 by our 4th turn. So now we just need to find the 10 cost big moms and start just smacking them into them, right? So we'll go here, not 10 cost big mom, and we just whiff this search, unfortunately. So this is dicey now. Okay, so they're playing the Navy package. We'll go here, use the car action, we get Viola. We'll go like this, flip all my life upside down. We go to Sits next turn, which lets me go Katakuri. And then do my stuff. I think we just block it here, to be honest. Take that block now before the before anything else came through. So we attack again. It's the car action. And we go here, and just like that we go to 10, but we don't have the 10 cost big one to actually take advantage of it. So I wonder if it was actually better for me to go white beer. Just because we don't have the 10 cost big one, we have a 9 cost big one anyways. I mean, there's a chance I can top deck it, so I think it's better for us to play towards the potential top deck side. Let's give them the 1k. I do need a card that I can trash with this. They can technically get rid of this Katakuri very easily. They don't. Okay. So... let's go like this. I'm not opposed to get rid of this Tashigi. Let's make it more accurate for them to actually reduce the cost of my units. I don't want it to reduce that for free. It's giving them a life, but I think that's okay. We traded it by going here, right? So they have the Ice Age. Okay, so they found the Ice Age, which means lets them play the Sanji. That I can beat that, right? Oh, if only. I'm gonna go 5, I'm gonna go 7, and I'm just gonna play the Ace. I'm just gonna play the Ace as it is. And gain the life. And eventually we'll get the 10 cost Big Moms, right? So they can kill this. They need to find another Ice Age to deal with this with the Ace. That's why I thought. That's why I think it's worth it to have gotten rid of the Tashigi, just to make it so that they have to use Ice Age. They couldn't just do something else. We have 5 lives and opponent's down to 3. So even though we didn't get the value from the Ace, I think it's still worth it. Yeah, I think at this point we want to start taking life. I guess I let the opponent be able to play Gecko here. That's a 10 cost? Perfect. Yeah, so they're gonna be able to play Gecko, which lets them play obviously their stuff. I mean, this works out, right? You just gave me something I can attack into. I had nothing to attack into with the pudding because your leader was at 6. So here's the question. I guess the opponent gets the choice anyways, right? Let's just go 10 and let's just go Big Mom. Opponent, if I attack here, the opponent will still be able to do the same thing. They still have been able to block if they wanted to. Imagine if I had 10 cost Big Mom instead of Ace last turn. The opponent will already be at 1 life. So we got to the ramp that we needed to, but we just didn't get it. Opponent, there's no way for the opponent to get rid of both, to my knowledge. I guess if they have, like, even if they have Ice Age, this shouldn't be enough. They can play another Gecko. We already seen 2. That's a 6. I want to take the life. I think I want to take the life. I guess opponent can get rid of the Big Mom here. Okay. Sabo. I might have to just play this kind of... my ear pad just fell. I might have to play this Katakuri just to have another attacker. So that leaves me with 4 down left, so I can go 7, 7, 7. Or what if we just go 6? What if we go 6, 8, 12? They took it? Alright. I have enough 2k counters that I'm not too concerned about this right now. Like, I don't think I'm dying here. They can kill the Missile Sunday, but I still will have 2 big attackers and you're down to 1 life. So if you don't have any other blockers, it's going to be a problem. Kusan doesn't get you there. Yeah, Kusan doesn't get you there. And that's not gonna be it either. It's the same thing as using 3 cards, right? So I guess we'll just go for it this way. Sure. So 1 blocker, 1 life. We can go 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 10, 11. 11. So this is only 10. 11. So we can go 11 twice, I guess. That's a 2k, 2k, 1k. It has to be 3 2ks. Right? So it has to be 3 2ks. We go 11 one more time. We know you have a... that is a 2k, right? Yeah. So they did have another Gecko. One single blocker was not going to be enough. That's why I thought that obviously placing that Katakuri was so important. Last turn, just to force the opponent to have done exactly what they did there. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Perona. So I'm going to go first. Just try to high roll my way to this, right? So we get the Viola. So we get the Viola, we get to put it. All right, so this is perfect, right? Because we can go here. Let's grab this Katakuri, because I'm going to need the Katakuri to be able to ramp twice. Or be able to ramp 3 times, right? So we can attack for 5, use my leader effect, do my stuff. Ace, ace. Ugh, not great. Triple aces is not great. I'd rather have the 10 cost Big Mom. Opponent should not be able to attack into us, by the way. I guess we have to grab another Katakuri, right? Oh, wait, it doesn't matter because I have Viola. So even if they don't attack into me, I should be okay. I was like, oh yeah, they can attack into me, but... again, we go to 6. Next turn, and we can attack with Pudding first. And then do our stuff. Right? I'm not opposed to taking this block right now. I'm not opposed to taking this block right now. Again, unfortunately, we don't have the 10 cost. So we're not able to, like, actually play 10 cost next turn. But we can still just go 9 cost and get rid of this Ryuma, I guess. Maybe we take 1 life so that we can get rid of the... we can just trash one of the aces. I mean, I'm down to trash ace, no matter what. I like putting the Ryuma in their life because they need to have Ryuma for all the stuff that they want to do. So by getting the Ryuma out of the way, it actually ends up being pretty nice because they won't have this character to bring back from their grave with their Gecko Moria. Or do we care more about Sabo? I guess it's a good question. Do we care more about Sabo? Or do we care more about Ryuma? Sabo or Ryuma? So they will just draw with the Momo here. Sabo or Ryuma? Again, I'm concerned about letting this Ryuma stay, but the Sabo staying can also be a problem. I think their whole deck kind of relies more on Ryuma, though. So we attach 1, attack here. Attack here. Let's go like this. Because the problem with the Sabo is that it's going to be an annoying blocker for the rest of the game. If I start playing my 10 cost. We'll go 7. I probably should have out. Yeah, I mean, and again, I'm going to do it in the Ryuma, right? So I guess it doesn't matter. Like, as long as they don't have another Ryuma, I should be in a decent spot with this. As long as I don't put this in the trash. Okay? So then we go like this. We'll trash the ace. We'll gain a life. And we'll put this at the bottom. No 10 cost. Not 10 cost Big Mom. It's annoying. So they get their Jack. Ice Age. You need 1 more cost, which they can do with the Perona here. I think we killed this Jack. Yeah, I think we tried to kill the Jack, to be honest. We take this. So we can try to kill the Jack. So this is going to be 8, 9, 10. 10. 2 11s. Opponent can have 2k, 2k. So they did go for the 2k, 2k. All right, so if that's the case, I guess we can just go 9. Force the opponent to have another 2k and just play our blocker. Either give me the blocker or give me the 2k. One or the other. It could be another 2k, right? which I'm completely fine with it. But they already showed me 3 Otamas, 1 Iso. And if they have another 2K here, it's not likely that they're going to have another way to discount this Katakuri. By having the blocker, I force them to have to rest the blocker first. Meaning that they cannot use the -1 with their leader. Okay, so we'll keep this 2 here. Yeah, this is fine. Let's leave the Ryumas in the bottom. So we know that the last 3 cards that the opponent has in their life are all non-counter cards. So by having the blocker, that's a good Zoro. I did forget about Zoro. They can play they can attack with the Jack right now. That Zoro is tough now, actually. That Zoro kind of changes everything. Because my Viola here is gonna die. It doesn't matter, I guess, because the Viola gets rested by the Perona, right? So no matter if we had it, it doesn't matter. I need to keep my life. So they're just gonna go here, which tells me that they're probably gonna just try to attack into us. I need to keep my life. I might just honestly play this ace. I might just play this ace just to get an extra life. So that's a 1K that the opponent's about to get. This is a non-counter card. We go like this, gain the life. We go to 4, so the opponent has to have all 3 of these attacks. They have to have all 5 attacks go through. They have 5 attacks right now. They have to have all 5 attacks go through, and we have 2 2Ks and a 3K to prevent that from happening. And we know these last 2 cards are non-counter. So the opponent has a 1K and a non-counter card in their hand right now. They rest the blocker. So they're going to go 9, 9. Yeah, so we can just take it, right? We can also use this right now because this just lets me draw. So 9, and they're going to go 10 3 times, right? So 10 3 times. We can beat the 10 3 times. So we can beat the 10 3 times. Oh, not 3 times, but we can beat the 10 once. Is what I meant to say. Oh, sorry, it's gonna be 11. I can't count. Wait, you messed up. Oh, so I don't even need to counter. They messed up. Yeah, it was gonna be 11, but regardless, we could beat the 11, right? Because we have 9, 12, right? Regardless of what we get, but they messed up anyways. If it makes the opponent feel better, we have the counter for it. And we know that the opponent has no counters here, right? So it would have still been okay for us. We end up getting another 1K as well. Yeah, they messed up. But we had enough counter to protect against 111. And then next turn we have a 7, a 10. Yeah, like it doesn't really matter how you do this. Yeah. So yeah, we can literally go ace if we wanted to, because that's gonna be just the same thing as putting 5 down on each of these. So yeah, we know that the opponent's gonna have a bunch of non-counter cards here. They have a 1K in their hand. Okay. Yeah, we just go 5 again. You have a Brook. Okay. We know that you have no counters. Yeah. Yeah. So again, even with the opponent messing up, we still won this game because we had already 4K and another 3, so we already had a 7K to go to 12 to defend against the 11. So and we also look at our last life. Look at our last life as well. So even if we didn't have enough counter, we had plenty of safety net right here, right? Regardless of what they're putting there. So that's why I prioritized getting that extra life with the ace last turn, even if I didn't actually have the rush reader, right? Obviously, it would have been better if that was a tank cost, because it would have done the same thing while also trashing the opponent's life. But at least we still got value from it, so GG's. In this match, we're going against Zoro, which is very, very tough for us. We want to go first, obviously, and this is a great hand to go first. Because we have the Viola, we have the pudding, right? So the pudding gives me an attacker. We get the 10 cost. Unfortunately, to see 2 of these on my search, right? Because I want to high roll and have those in my life. But this should be not the worst. They have the rush Zoro, so let's just keep that in mind. We'll be able to get a 10 very quickly. We'll be able to get a 10 very, very quickly. Nico Robin. Okay. So we can go like this. Bege. Bege is not bad. So Bege and another trigger, right? I guess we had to grab the Katakuri, right? Oh, we should probably grab this Linlin, to be honest. I mean, there's a good chance we draw another one. We already had a Katakuri in my hand, so actually should I just grab the Linlin? The opponent knows that I have a Bege, right? So I can counter this, or I can just Bege them right now. Like Bege is like whatever, because the opponent still has Zoro to attack with. So I think I'm gonna counter instead. Keep the Bege for later. Okay. Right, so now we can attack and flip my stuff. I guess the Zoro gets to stay alive here, unfortunately. Most likely, the Zoro is going to stay alive. But it doesn't matter, because I can just... The Bege is going to be able to stop one of these Zoros from attacking, so it's okay. It's either going to be the leader doesn't attack, or... one of these two is not going to attack. So it ends up being okay. Maybe. Next time we're already at 10, so we can start playing the 10 cost. Yeah, so like we'll go like this and just stop their leader. That way they have to put, if they put a Dawn here, they're not taking value from this Dawn, right? If they start attacking with their little bodies, then that's also okay with me. I'm also completely okay with you attacking with this. Okay, so they're gonna go rush here instead. So they can attack me for 7. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna grab this Linlin. Just to potentially protect myself if I need to. So we'll go here. Force the opponent to save it. We'll go here. And we'll just play the 10 cost. I guess I could have gone... Yeah, and I think I still like the 10 cost. I still like the 10 cost. Just have this big 12k bat in the field. We can just go for this Linlin next turn. Because he also means that we will have to trash a card. We have seen all of our events. Because we bottom deck 2 of them. So we know that there's no more, right? Yeah, we'll give you the 2k. They don't want to attack with this. Because they're just going to die to the puddings. And down to take 1 more life. And down to take the next 6. That's not bad. Oh, we whiff. Okay, well, that is bad. It would have been better to keep it in my hand for the... You're the one who should disappear. Wow, that's bad. That's so bad. That is actually so bad now. Wow, 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 wow. We take the 7, I think. That is so bad. I like that. Yeah, we get the draw here. Gives me another unit as well. They can boost one of these, but I guess I'm just going to clear their board. I'm just going to clear their board here. We can go here. I'm going to go here, right? So I'm gonna play this to gain a life. Let's go like this. Let's use both events. He gets punished. Okay, well, he ended up getting punished because we ended up getting this, but I think he ends up being okay. We start here. We go here next. Go here second. Go here afterwards. We literally gonna put. I'm literally gonna put Dynami on their life, by the way. So we know the Nami's at 1k. That way the opponent literally has to have double rushers to even threaten us. And they have to get through 2 life, and we still have 2k and 1k. So we clear their board completely, and we go to 2 life. That's why I wanted to grab that 9 cost, because there was going to be a turn where I think it was going to be worth it. Honestly, do I care? 2 lives? How are you defending this 9k attacks? I think I care. You go rush? Sure. Sure. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11. Let's go 10. Let's go 10. I like the 10. So if the opponent doesn't defend it, we can still go 11, 12, 13, 14. So we go 12. The reason I like going 10 here is because if the opponent defended over that 10, I could have gone here first. They might have enough to survive this. Nope, they don't. Alright, so there we go. GG's. In this match, we're going against Zoro. And the aggression from Zoro is very, very tough. They chose to go first. Which means, like, honestly, I'm keeping this hand because I'm just looking to ramp up twice. And these 2 cards are better to deal with the Zoro aggression than anything else, than like having the 10 cost Big Mom. Yeah, so I think we go here. So like, I could grab the 10 cost here, right? But again, I don't know that the 10 cost is actually what I need in this matchup. I might rather go, honestly, so next turn we're ramping up. I might just go Flampe. Just have a 2k. I think I want to have the counters. Keep myself healthy enough. Because we're going to be able to ramp up twice here anyways by attacking with Pudding and also having the Missile Sunday. I'll give you the 1k. That's an easy one for me to counter. Oh, I'm completely okay with this. What? Oh, now this is interesting. I could play this. Go down to 0, go back to 1, then we'll be at 3 next turn. I can still ramp up to 4. I think we do it. I think we just get the unit on the field. I guess if they haven't, no, they just play this Nami this turn, so they cannot have that. I think we have the unit on the field because we're gonna ramp up, right? So we can play this. So we know the opponent's gonna play that stupid event, right? So we let them do this first. We attack here first and let them play it. So that if they play the Chopper, we're still gonna be in a decent spot. And we'll go here. If they don't do it right now, I don't have to attack again. I guess I should have attacked with my Pudding first. Yeah, okay, so they went for this instead. All right. And I guess we'll go like this and just ramp here. Katakuri, Viola, that's not bad. And we'll go like this. Again, I don't think I need the 10 cost. So I think I'm actually going to pick this. Oh, wait, I can't pick it because this is not a Big Mom Pirate card. So I have to go here. I have to go 10 cost, even if I don't think it's the greatest play. There are a couple of 2K, so we're gonna have to 2K this and then do the stuff. Next turn we're at 6, so we can go here to go to 7. And then that would allow me to go 9. I guess I could have just taken this Katakuri hit. So the reason that I'm concerned about taking this Katakuri hit is because this smells to me like this smells to me like a kick killer. Oh, okay. Well, wait, what? That's so chilling for me then. But here's the question. Is Katakuri... If I go Katakuri, I can literally just go to 10 and have ace instead, right? So I think it has to be Katakuri. And we just play the search here. Yeah, we just go like this, right? We go to 8. So that next time we can just play ace or 10 cost. That's what I was waiting for last turn. So yeah, we'll go 5 again. Problem is how much damage I'm gonna take here. It has to be the 1K, right? I have to have some counters. So we only have a 1K and a 2K when the opponent has 4 attacks. So this is gonna look really dicey. Opponent has 4 attacks. And again, this is where the ace is gonna come in clutch, because he allows me to just attack into the opponent as well. Yeah, so they go for their Machina play. So we have to give them the 2K here. That gives you a 6K. Then you can go 7 twice. Ooh, I don't like that. I do not like that. What? You had lethal. The opponent literally had lethal. They still do, don't they? 7. And this is going to be a 5. Not lethal, but it would have been very close. They decided not to attack here. So this has to be ace, right? This has to be ace no matter what. We start here for 7. It has to be ace, and we just gotta hope that we hit a trigger that we need. I guess if the opponent actually doesn't save this shopper, it doesn't have to be ace. It can just be Big Mom. Like, it can be this Big Mom if the opponent doesn't actually save it. And they didn't save it, so I think it is gonna be just that Big Mom. It lets me put one of these units away, while also still getting the life. Question is, which one are we putting away? Let's go Missile Sunday. The Hacking Bear is 1 down and gives something else a 1, so it's gonna be the same thing anyways. Let's go here. Potentially threaten lethal next turn if the opponent doesn't find the answers. Now we have 2 2Ks and 2 1Ks. Still dicey. Still very dicey. I'm trying to fix my headset, which the padding came off. So they get to attack for 5 and give another one to go to 6, and they have the 6 from the Zoro, and again I only have 1 life. Like, this is such easy math for them, but I guess I do have 6 cards. So it's kind of like concerning. Again, they had lethal last time, so they could have just done it last time as well. Okay, so let me look at this math here. There is an 8. This is 4. There is another 8. This is also 8. So the opponent has 3 AK attacks. So yeah, we don't get it. We needed to have a 2K counter there. Actually, the 2K counter wouldn't have mattered. We needed to have a trigger, right? We need to have a trigger. We need to have a trigger. You have to go for it, right? We need to have a trigger, or have the or like we needed to get the thing, right? We need to get that back. We need to get the zero cost back. That's the only way that we were able to survive this. So GG's. In this match, we're going against the mirror, and I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first and just say that we're gonna draw the Viola. We didn't draw her. Let's try again. We still didn't draw her. That's okay. I say that's okay, but my things might get a little bit dicey now because I don't have any other ramp. This 9 cost doesn't really do anything. I'd rather get the 2k counter. It will let me ramp up twice. It will let me ramp up twice, but I'm not ramping up 3 times like I needed to. So they got both Linlins here. Yeah. Oh, well, we got another Linlin as well, and we got a Missile Sunday. We can keep this Katakuri. Actually, Katakuri lets me do what I need to do. Yeah, Katakuri lets me do what I need to do. Opponent cannot attack into me. Because I go to 6 next turn. So if the opponent attacks into me, I take the life, and I just go Katakuri, and then attack here, and I will be ramping up twice. So the opponent has a choice here. It slows them down. They have to attack into me to trigger their leader. Yeah, we take the life. And because there's only one here now, right, we can go like this. We ramp up, and then we go again. And now next time we start having our big moms. So the opponent is only at 7 here. They can ramp up to 8 because of the Zoro. So they'll be at 10 next turn as well. Or they can just do it with the Katakuri. That's okay. I forgot what that card was. Yeah, I forgot what that card was. This is actually another attacker that we're going to have, but I cannot use her this turn, right? So it's kind of weird because, like, I kind of want to counter just so that I can keep that Missile Sunday over there. But it feels like we're giving up a lot by doing that. Feels like we're giving up a lot by doing that. Yeah, let's go 5. That's a 2k counter that we're taking out of them. I can't remember what that card was. Do I want to give them... honestly, I think I'd rather just give them that 9 cost, right? Instead of the ace. Oh, it was ace. Okay, so yeah, I'd rather just give them the 9 cost instead of the ace. We'll go like this. Then we'll go another 10 cost. Opponent has to play their 10 cost here, which means that they won't be able to actually... I guess they can kill this Katakuri. It might honestly be worth it to save it. It might be worth it to save it. Opponent has a lot of cards, though. Yeah, I think it's worth it to save it. I'm okay with that. Because they have to play their 10 cost here. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think it's better for me to attack. In case that their last life is you're the one who should disappear, I should try to get rid of this life first. We're gonna go like this. I guess if that's a Bege, I get screwed over. Yeah, so then we go like this, boom, boom, and then we go here for 12. That's gonna force the whole hand out. Yeah, opponent had a lot of deck cards as well. So yeah, you do it in this order so that you can just force them to have to counter out of the 12 cost attack, and unfortunately they have no way to counter out of either one. So we ended up getting, even though we didn't have the Viola, you have another example here why going first ends up being really good, because even though we didn't have the Viola, we were able to still ramp up 3 times. Twice with Pudding and once with that Katakuri, allowing me to just play my 10 cost big mom right away on turn 4 and have that advantage over the opponent. So GG's. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games showcasing Pudding, and you kind of saw what I talked about there, right? Like you saw it in the very first game. against Black Luffy, where we just were able to ramp up 3 times by going first. Now that game we didn't have the 10 cost big bumps to like follow up afterwards, but that's like the game plan, right? Like you just ramp up and then you're gonna either get the big bumps by searching, or you're gonna naturally join to them and be able to just play them back to back to back to back and just put the opponent into a lot of pressure. It's really tough for a lot of those decks to deal with that, even when we're going against something that can remove cards like Black, right? So yeah, so that was the gameplay there for today. We have 2 more videos we're putting coming out within the next 2 days. So if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We're streaming now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.